We started the second half of the show by reviewing the Citizen newspaper in Tanzania, and now we head back to Tanzania, where the government has doubled the cost of export permits by 93%, a move likely to move or to open another round of trade disputes between Nairobi and Dar es Salaam. The authorities increased the cost of acquiring export permits from the previous 27,000 shillings per truck to 52,000 shillings, and this has caused a huge snarl-up of trucks moving from Kenya in the last 1 week as traders and truckers were caught off guard by the new requirement.
The new directive is set to hit millers who are banking on Tanzania for imports of maize to meet the current shortage in the country. This is also likely to spark another round of trade wars between Kenya and Tanzania slightly over a year after the two countries resolved their differences that had impacted negatively on cross-border trade. Now let's bring in Dr. X.N. Iraki from the Faculty of Economics and Management Science, University of Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Iraki.
Good morning.
All right, reports indicate that Tanzania did not give any prior notice to truckers and traders from Kenya before imposing these new hikes. Is this normal? And, could maybe an arbitration of appeal of this increase be done?
It's unfortunate that Kenya and Tanzania are always having some disagreements over trade. The other disagreement came during COVID-19 when there were issues on how do you treat truck drivers from Tanzania or from Kenya when they are crossing the border. And two countries that neighbor one another should not have experts in trade because traditionally two countries neighboring one another have more trade with each other, US and Canada, UK and and Ireland and so on. So I think the two countries need to sit, iron out the differences to make sure that the trade flows between the two countries. Traders and entrepreneurs don't like surprises. So we should not be given surprise with the new tariffs or with new charges. People should be warned in advance, not overnight, so that there's always smooth flow of trade between the two countries. They are neighbors, they will already be neighbors.
All right, now let's talk about something that happened last year. The Tanzanian president normalized relations with her neighbors like Kenya and Uganda. Will this export permit hike not be interpreted as renewal of the John Magufuli era and start another era of trade war?
That is how most people see it, because all of us can remember the cooperative style of the former President Magufuli. We thought that with the new president, there will be more cordial relationship between the two countries. But I hope this is just a hiccup. The two presidents, the two leaders are going to sit together and iron out the differences to make sure that trade continues between the two neighboring countries. And we don't want to hear the echoes of the East African community that broke one time around 20 years ago because of disagreements between the two countries. We need to solve their trade disputes amicably.
Well, earlier today we spoke about trade agreements that were signed between Zambia, the president of Zambia, and of course Kenya, Rwanda, and the DRC. And so, it seems like there's, difference between what's going on over there and what we're talking about now. But of course, many have also viewed such protectionist policies as this, as the main hindrance of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. Can these border levies be normalized in the near future? That, of course, will go on to ease trade within Africa.
They need to be normalized because if we are to achieve the dream of African free trade area, we must normalize the tariffs, we must improve in communication, and we must make sure that any trade disagreement is resolved amicably, not arbitrarily. Because the future of African free trade area is not about two countries, about all the countries agreeing on tariffs, agreeing on communication structures, and agreeing on improving or implementing what is agreed in protocols all the time. And I think this is important that East African community, ECOWAS, Africa Free Trade Area, make sure that that is adhered to.
Do we actually see these two countries sitting down? You said we express hope. We hope that they will sit down to iron out their differences. What are the chances that they will actually sit down to iron the differences? And how are the people taking this price increase?
I think nobody is very happy with the price increase because as we talk, everybody in East Africa, in Africa, and everywhere is being affected by inflation. We don't want more inflation. And I think under the auspices of the East African community, I think the two leaders will sit and iron out the differences. I would be surprised in another 1 week or so. I see the two presidents, the two leaders sitting together and coming up with amicable solutions to what is happening across the borders.
Well, we hope that, in the time, traders and the industry, agriculture and the likes do not get to suffer too much until these things are sorted out. Thank you very much, Dr. Iraki, for your time
Thank you.
this morning. And of course, have a great day ahead. We hear the weather is extremely cold over there. We hope that, of course, it doesn't cause too much of a problem.
Thank you.